LMAO. Okay, so my husband is home and I was actually gonna wait to film because I am still shy. I still don't want to be overheard, even if it's just by my family. But I'm like, you know what? I've been putting this off long enough. I've been standing at like a threshold for the longest time without actually crossing over and like, doing this for real. But I just wanted to, I don't know, just start talking, yapping, seeing what comes out as I'm like integrating this new version of me. I've been feeling like it had to be a whole production. Like I needed to over edit myself. I needed to have a whole script. I need to have content pillars, strategy. Girl, that's not who I am. That is not me. And I kept thinking like, why does it feel so like it didn't resonate with me, mapping out my content ideas, mapping out my I mean, of course I have my goals, but like just mapping things out and trying to like fit myself into a niche, fit myself into a box in order to get myself out there. But girl, that ain't me. This is me creating as I feel, literally expressing what I feel when I feel it. And well, these two cards came out today, the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles, just reminding me that I am sovereign. I control my own destiny. It is me. It's literally just me, girl. Literally me here. And I need to stop being so hard on myself as I'm like integrating all the lessons that I've learned. 2025 was rough, girl. She was rough. It felt like a real shedding of like old identities. So many things just kept coming up. Things that I hadn't thought about in a long time from high school. When I was in, my senior year, when I was in choir, I was the highest soprano in my high school choir. And I thought about one time my kumu, during Christmas time, my kumu would play the ukulele and, we would sing. My favorite Christmas song is Oh Holy Night. And so that day we were just rehearsing. We were, I was 17, I think, not even 17 yet. And we were just singing. And during the course of the song, everybody else just fell away and stopped singing. And it was literally just myself and my kumu. Like he was playing the ukulele. I was just singing Oh Holy Night. It's like I said, it's my favorite Christmas song. And for some reason, I hadn't thought about that in years. And for some reason, it came up because, as my teacher, as my kumu, he recognized the shame that I had around my voice. And in my yearbook, he wrote something that amounted to, leave your shame at home. Just again, he recognized that just me as I was a child, a teenager, things that I didn't realize myself. But now that I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, that was really the first time that like an adult really recognized or really seen the fear, the shame that I had surrounding my voice. And this is me, working through that, becoming this person who's not afraid to speak, who's not afraid to let myself be seen, to be perceived. It is scary. It's really, it feels exposing. I feel so exposed and so vulnerable just sitting here, just talking about my feelings and things that I've gone through. And just over the past, over 2025, the people that I've met, the people who are in my life now, who are, circling around me, a close group of friends that I've cultivated over the past few months. It's been amazing. I feel like I'm really, settling down into who I am, getting myself grounded into a routine and watching growth just naturally happen around me, by the ladies that I've that I've welcomed into my circle, who have welcomed me into their hearts and, their homes and their lives and their children's lives. And, we've become really integrated, and it's amazing just seeing the growth in them, and it's spilling over to their partners and their children. And it's really crazy. it's really crazy, and it gives me hope. You know, it really gives me hope that, you know, right, what's the state of the world right now, that it won't last. You know, I hope that things continue to get better for just those around me and the people who I'm able to reach, people who I talk to, you know, women who are finally listening to their intuition, wanting to know what is intuition versus fear. And I always say, you know, your intuition is quiet. It's your first instinct usually. And when you feel at peace making that decision, it's most likely your intuition, you know? And this is me integrating and living the lessons that I've learned, pushing myself continuously because it's who I am, I feel. And look, 555. As I looked at my camera, it said 555. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I love that for us. I love that for us. I love that we're on this journey. I feel like we're all collectively integrating a lot of lessons that we learned in 2025. Because girl, it was crazy. 2025 was truly a shedding. Like looking back now, it was like, wow, it was literally just one thing kept coming up, one thing after another after another. And it's like once you really truly like face yourself and you look at your shadows and you look at the things that made you who you are, you know, childhood traumas, it's really hard to stop. You know, it's really hard to be like, oh, okay, I've seen enough. That's it. I'm gonna just pump the brakes. I don't want to go any further. I don't know if that's how it is for everyone, but I can't. For me, I am just so naturally drawn inward. I'm such an internal processor that I just like to get to the root of things. I don't like small talk. I want to know who you are at a core level and why you are the way that you are. You know, I want to know these things because I love getting to the depths of people and helping them, you know, to give them the words to express what they're feeling. And I'm hoping that the people that I encounter and, you know, you who found this video, I hope that somewhere in here is something that you needed to hear, you know, and that helps you and on your journey as you progress forward, because only the best can happen now, you know? Only the best. Only the best. Look at my hair. My hair is crazy. Anyway, only the best, because that's what we deserve. We deserve the best. And let's get it. Like, let's get it. Thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you guys